The Last Siren Mark, a software engineer, worked in the heart of the city. Every day, he battled the unending traffic to get to his office, and every day he had the same irritation. The loud, blaring sirens of ambulances piercing through the humdrum of city life. One day, on his usual commute, he found himself stuck in a traffic jam. His annoyance peaked as he heard the all-too-familiar siren. "Why can't they find a different route?" he muttered under his breath. Little did he know how soon he'd yearn for that very sound. That night, after a long day of work, Mark returned to his lonely apartment. As he entered, he felt a strange unease, a sense of impending doom. Shaking off the feeling, he prepared dinner and settled down in front of the TV. But the unease didn't leave him. Instead, it transformed into a sudden, crippling pain in his chest. Gasping for breath, Mark reached for his phone, managing to dial the emergency number before collapsing on the floor. He could hear the distant sound of the ambulance siren, a sound he had always found annoying, but now it was his lifeline. As his consciousness faded, Mark found himself in a strange, ethereal place, a purgatory of sorts. He could see the world he'd left behind, his lifeless body on the floor, the delayed ambulance stuck in traffic. He could hear the frantic pleas of the operator on the other end of his call, the distant wails of the ambulance, and the helpless cries of his spirit, stuck between two worlds. Mark was not alone in this limbo. Spectral figures roamed, their faces a mirror of the despair he felt. Among them, a woman caught his attention. She looked familiar, her face echoing a memory he couldn't quite grasp. As he approached her, the memory hit him like a ton of bricks. It was his mother, who had died in an accident when he was just a child. His mother, who had been taken too soon because an ambulance hadn't reached her in time. The irony was not lost on Mark. He had wished for the sirens to disappear, and now they were his only hope, his only chance at redemption. In his last moments, Mark made a plea to the universe, to fate, to any entity that might be listening. He wished for the sirens he had once cursed to reach him in time, to save him from the fate his mother had suffered. But with his last breath, the sirens faded, and he was left in the eerie silence of the ethereal world, a world of missed chances and echoed regrets.